unlike a lot of the other autoimmune conditions, AS tends to affect males more than females. In fact, males are 3 times as likely as females to develop ankylosing spondylitis. As I've mentioned before, HLA-B27 is associated with a high risk of developing, or rather, it is the most strongly associated gene with ankylosing spondylitis. But in actual fact, only 5% of patients with B20 positive gene actually develop AS. So that means if you have HLA-B27 done on a test for whatever reason, actually only 5% of individuals would develop AS. Those who have family members, in fact, first-degree relatives with a positive HLA-B27, those individuals are at risk of developing AS at a risk of about 12%. For those who have relatives with AS with unknown status of HLA-B27, the risk of developing AS is actually 8%. And if your relative is a second or third degree relative, the risk actually drops significantly to less than 1%. We don't have as much data as the Western countries in terms of how much AS is. And so up till now, the thought process is that most of patients with AS are either Caucasians or Northern Asians. Okay. So some figures that may be of interest to you and obviously to us as well would be the numbers, the local numbers of ankylosing spondylitis. So currently there's an estimated 2 to 10 in 1,000 people in Singapore who have AS, meaning every 1,000 people, 2 to 10 of them may have AS. It takes an average of about 5 years before someone gets diagnosed with AS from the start of the symptoms. Sometimes, or in fact, most of the time, the reason for that is because, when someone has back pain, it often gets brushed aside, especially if it's fairly mild. Okay. Most individuals with AS symptoms are of the ages of 17 to 45 years. When they do have morning stiffness, this usually lasts 30 minutes or more. And finally, actually about 90 to 96% of patients or of Singaporeans have genes related with AS.